Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to Rowan Church. Thanks for your support, Rowan. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Battle Brothers. At this point, we're about 9 episodes in, so you should have a pretty good idea of what we're going for here. We're a peasant militia, we're still getting ourselves set up, and our current goal is to take down our first bandit stronghold. Before we do anything, though, we've still got a few level ups to take care of, so let's start with that. Valen's pretty straightforward, though obviously his melee roll could have been a lot better. We'll start boosting his range defense instead. Jeff, on the other hand, is having the exact opposite problem. His defense rolls are pretty bad, but everything else is progressing quite nicely. And Archibald is a breath of fresh air. He pretty much maxed out the standard range trifecta. Now let's see here. I am tempted to start another loop, see if we can find some easy work. Let's start by heading east back towards Brennenthal. Eight assorted raiders and marksmen. Oh, and we successfully scouted the Reckless Brothers camp as well, which also has raiders and marksmen. Alright, it's a bit of a risk, but we could really use some crossbows. Let's see if we can catch these guys out in the open. And here we go. Oh, actually, hold on. Okay. Just had to make sure that Nod was still sidelined. We really could have used his help. Oh. Things start off poorly for the raiders, as a bandit marksman nearly takes off Drakiith's ear with a well-placed arrow. Alright, we really don't want them to have this elevated, so let's start moving up early. Undeterred by his injury, Drakiith wades into battle. Rev lands a hit, but it's absorbed by a bandit's armor. Valen darts in, landing a stunning blow with his mace. Stalepo follows up, smashing the bandit's armor to pieces. Jeff lands a glancing blow. The rest of the brigands ready their shields, keeping themselves at a safer distance. Quintus takes a light hit, an arrow deflected by his thick chainmail. Archibald lands a hit, snaking a shot past a bandit's shield and cracking 3 of his ribs. Rev finishes off the badly wounded bandit, then starts chipping away at the next one in line. Forgot about that bruised leg. Need to be careful here. Those archers are still dangerous. Rowan lands a hit, carving into a bandit's padded mail. Oh, Rev takes a hit. As does Valen, who's now bleeding profusely from a nasty cleaver wound. Javelins rain across the Raiders' formation. Fox gets some payback, shredding a bandit's armor. Rev lands 2 hits, tearing a bandit's chainmail to pieces. Oh, very nice. Rabbit takes a long shot, striking a bandit bowman right in the throat. Stileppo lands another hit, effectively hobbling a bandit shieldman. Sir Skelebit catches his foe in the face. Though the bandit doesn't have time to mourn, Sir Skelebit's follow-up blow catches him right in the neck. Valen lands a light hit, though he is still bleeding out. Valen takes another light hit. We should probably have him start falling back. Rowan deftly shoves the cleaver-wielding bandit away. Jeff lands a glancing hit, but the bandit bowmen are both still standing. Cazador leaves a bandit on the brink of death. Fox lands a hit, obliterating yet another brigand set of chainmail. King's Rook finishes off the badly wounded shieldman. Oh, Valen takes another glancing hit. We really need to get him out of the line of fire. Rev moves up, providing Valen with some much-needed cover. There we go. That should hopefully keep the bowman busy. Drakiith crushes a brigand raider's hand, and then brutally beats him to death once he can no longer defend himself. Oh, definitely cut it pretty close with Valen there. I think Valen's bleeding has actually stopped. Yeah. I mean, he's obviously not in great shape, but we can at least save the bandages. Jeff lands one last sling stone, driving a badly battered bowman to the ground. Okay, let's see if we can salvage some equipment here. Rabbit lands a glancing blow. Stolepo stuns the last of the bandit swordsmen, then lightly strikes the final bandit bowman as well. Rev brutally drives his knife into a bandit's leg. Quintus moves in, piercing the stunned bandit's side. Let's get that bowman off our back. Oh, now Drakiith is a little worse for wear. Quintus finally drops the badly mangled swordsman. Okay, bowman's broken. Let's see if we can wrap this up. King's Rook brutally plunges his dagger into the bowman's chest. Alois flanks and executes the wounded bowman. Oh, jeez. And Drakiith takes yet another hit. He's barely hanging in there at this point. Man, we could really use the rotation perk about now. Nice. Stileppo stuns the last of the bandits. Okay, Drakiith, let's get you out of there. Fatigue sets in, but the battle is all but won. Fox cripples the final bandit's hand. Skeleton lands a hit, taking another small piece out of the unfortunate bandit. Come on, guys. There we go. King's Rook finally puts the last of the bandits out of our misery. Man, we definitely took a beating that time. Fortunately, we didn't take any significant injuries. The ripped ear is about as tame as it gets. Still, we are going to need a few days to recover. On the bright side, I think it's fair to say it was definitely worth it. Not only did we pick up our first 2 bows, but I'm actually seeing a pretty wide assortment of decent weapon upgrades here. We also pulled in more armor than I was expecting. All things considered, definitely not a bad haul. Now, one unexpected bonus here is that we finally scouted out the Reckless Brothers camp. And honestly, that's not that bad. Granted, the marksmen might be an issue, especially if they have crossbows and a height advantage, but I think we might be able to take these guys on. Not right now, obviously, but once we've had some time to recover. Anyway, let's hit the pause button real quick. We'll get this gear sorted, maybe grab some quick lunch, and then Then we'll pick things back up with a lighter contract. We have been pushing the raiders pretty hard. We'll be right back. And we are back. Gears rotated, and we're actually starting to look like a mercenary company here. Though, obviously, we're still in pretty rough shape. I think the first thing we need to do is head to the nearest town. We're definitely going to need more tools to fix all this stuff. I guess that's Eichenberg. Oh, right. Forgot they'd been raided recently. That means it's definitely not worth our time to do any trading here, but we can check out that contract. Cal, the counselor, welcomes you, waving you in. Very well, now that you're here, would you please shut the door behind you? One of the man's guards pokes his head around the corner. You smile as you slowly shut him out. Turning around, you find Cal the counselor walking toward a window. He stares out as he talks. I need something. It's, well, you don't need to know what it is. I need this something delivered to a fellow called Ulrich the Counselor. He's waiting for it in Sandorf. It's important that it actually gets there. Important enough for an armed escort for a day of travel, which is why I'm turning to you and your company. What say you, mercenary? Yeah, alright. There is a small chance that we might end up being ambushed en route to our destination, but 9 times out of 10, this is a pretty safe contract to take. I like those odds. We'll also hold off on haggling this time around. We do need to start building up our reputation, especially in the settlements around the trade loop. That'll actually take us right through Brunnenthal, which is good because we could really use some proper healing. We'll get back to you soon enough. Alright, the leg and the ribs are high priority. We'll pass on the ear, though. Like I said, that one's actually pretty tame. We do need tools, but prices are a little steeper than I'd like. Let's see if we can unload some of this excess gear. Okay, I think we're good. Let's grab those tools and... yeah, we're okay on food. Moving on. I'm pretty sure that's an undead stronghold, so we definitely don't want to mess with that place. Not yet, anyway. Very nice. Not the biggest payday, but that is another contract under our belt. More importantly, we're back in our hometown of Sandorf. Hopefully we can pick up some cheap supplies while we're here. Prices aren't terrible, but they could definitely be better. Let's go have a look at that contract real quick. Oh, very nice. That's another thief contract. At just one skull, that's nothing tougher than bandit thugs. That doesn't exactly pay much, but it is easy experience points. Besides, if we're lucky, we might actually get some equipment we can use. You feel good today, ready to lead the Retcon Raiders through any challenge to come. You gather the men around, kicking Stalepo the snake to his feet and telling Alois to finish scraping away the hairs on his neck later. When their muttering is subsided, you start to address them. What do you tell the men the company will do? Good question, omniscient narrator. You know what? Let's make it official. Our next major goal will be to take out a bandit stronghold. And target in sight. There's 12 of them. But as expected, it's just poachers and thugs. Nothing we should have any trouble with. Alright, let's do this. Unable to outrun their pursuers, the ragtag group of thieves turn to face their reckoning. We could actually use those short bows. We'll have to make sure the poachers don't escape. Jeff starts us off, breaking in his new bow by putting an arrow through a brigand thug's leg. Rowan clashes with the enemy line, killing a bandit with his very first swing. Fox follows up by putting his warfork through a spearman's knee. We're definitely off to a pretty good start here. I think we're going to make pretty short work of these guys. Valin moves up, killing a limping bandit. Drakiith lands a solid hit, dislocating a bandit's shoulder with a sickening pop. Sir Skelebit moves up. And once again, I forgot about his bruised leg. Rabbit takes out the spearman's other knee, dropping him to the ground. Moving into round 2. Quintus takes a hit, but his armor absorbs the brunt of it. Rowan tears into another thug, leaving his armor and flesh hanging in bloody tatters. Alois shows that he is the superior archer, putting an arrow through a would-be rival's brain. Revenant shreds a thug's armor. Stileppo shatters a fleeing thug's ankle, then kills him before he hits the ground. Quintus decapitates a wounded thug, and then turns and lops the head off a spearman as well. Skelebit starts whittling away at a bandit axeman. Drakiith shatters a brigand thug's hand, leaving him broken and ready to run. Round 3. I think at this point it's really just cleanup. Let's see if we can pin down those poachers. Fox impales another wounded brigand. Rabbit tenderizes the bandit woodsman. Alois shoots down the last bandit on the north. And the rest of the raiders start running down the survivors. Sir Skelebit brutally dispatches the bandit woodsman. Oh, looks like the bandit slinger might actually escape. Good for him. Rowan executes the second brigand poacher. And then there was one. The last of the thieves turns to run, and Drakiith promptly caves his head in. I'll admit, not the most exciting fight, but it did make for an easy payday. Oh, even better, we got both of those short bows. That's another small but very notable upgrade for the Retcon Raiders. The battle is done, and the Tome of Arcane Knowledge was easy to find amongst the corpses of your enemies. You should probably return it to Ulrich the Counselor for your just reward. Alright, looks like Rowan went up a level this time. I'm actually still not entirely sure what I want to do with him, but let's keep him on track with one of our backliners for now. As for the gear we just got, most of it's just vendor trash, but we'll definitely equip one of those bows. Okay, back to Sandorf. When you return to Ulrich the Counselor, he is playing with a bird in a cage. Ah, the sellsword returns. And you hold up the artifact and then set it on his desk. He takes it, turns it, nods, then puts it away. Excellent. And for your troubles. He waves his hand to a wooden chest filled with crowns. All right. Let's liquidate some of this trash and load up on goods. Nice. Looks like Nod's back in. Now let's get that bow on Archibald. And look at that. We're actually starting to look pretty good here. Alright, folks. Looks like we've got a few minutes left on the clock, so let's start heading north. See if we can at least offload this amber. Have to kill some time. Well, I was hoping for better, but that's actually not that bad. We'll take it. After buying supplies, we're back in the danger zone, so I think it's time to take a pretty big chance here. Setting course for the Reckless Brothers camp. You know what? Let's at least take a peek at this contract. We can always turn it down. Elberic the Burgomeister's turning an apple in hand. He seems frustrated with it, almost as if he wishes it were something else, like a valuable trinket or perhaps just a tastier fruit. Have you ever lost something you loved? You shrug and answer, "There was this girl." The man shakes his head. "No, not some woman. More important, because I have. Thieves stole my lockbox. How they managed to get beyond my guards is, well, beyond me. But I know if I set you on them, I'll be having what is rightfully mine back where it belongs. Isn't that right? Or have I been misled as to the quality of your services? Wow, that is a tricky one. On the one hand, it's a thief contract, and I do like those. On the other hand, it's a 3-skull, so there's no telling what we'll end up against. Alright, the pay's pretty reasonable, so I'm not expecting anything too tough here. We'll take the job and go scout out our targets. Worst case scenario, we'll just cancel the contract. Okay, let's see what we've gotten ourselves into here. No tracks. Ah, there we go. While browsing the town's markets, a man in silk approaches. He's wearing a grin with more glitter than chomp, and each of his fingers are adorned to glint. Ah, sellsword, I see you have some interesting trophies with you. How about I take that adrenaline gland for, say, 400 crowns? You consider the man's offer. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. We're not doing anything with it, and they're not exactly hard to replace. And there's our targets. More brigand marksmen and raiders. 9 of them this time. That's surprisingly doable. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can head these guys off on the road, and, we'll pick up with fighting them at the beginning of episode 10. It's pretty risky, especially if these guys are packing crossbows, but like I said, we have to start taking some chances here. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Battle Brothers, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube channel, the official Facebook page, the official Twitter feed, the fan-run wiki, or the store pages on Steam or GOG. Links are in the description.